Hi, this is Ashley Stein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and thank you for listening to the Super Awesome Geek Show.
Chuck Norris, man of action. Chuck Norris stars in Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos. Chuck Norris, he's got nerves of steel and strength to match. Chuck Norris with his team, Pepper.
It's too dangerous, Chuck. Wow.
Too much.
Too much.
Kimo, the samurai warrior. Reed, Chuck's teenage apprentice. Tabe, a sumo champion. With Chuck Norris, they battle the sinister forces of the Claw.
Remember this.
And the ruthless Super Ninja.
I'll finish Norris.
Chuck Norris stars in Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos.
Hey, hey! Ha ha! It's time to kick some ass with Chuck Norris. We're getting into it. Chuck Norris, his faithful sidekick, Reed, Tabe, the big brute, and who was the other guy? Reed, Tabe, and Kano, what was his name? The other guy against Super Ninja and a band of awesome ninjas. We got them right over here. They're right there. I'm doing a different angle today. I'm doing so I can have the whole table and not have to have a laptop on half the table and then the toys on the other half. It's like, this makes it. Yes. All right. So last night, a new hat debuted on 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard. I am all holiday festive now. Look, he's got a Santa hat on. And, yeah. And he won't hurt anyone because he's got a beak protector there. So, yeah, we got a new hat. Awesome. Let's see who's here today. Peaky Arrow is here. Hey, Peaky. White Shadow's in the house. Shadow. Chip, what's going on? What's going on? Evil evil. He's not evil. He's an evil guy. Caninville? Caninville. Brian, how you doing, Brian? Rolando is here as the robot, the bot. Rolando bot is here. He's on every stream. How is that possible? Salacious Rum. I like that, Flamingo. So if anyone tells me that, I can go shove it up there, I'm already shoving it up a Flamingo's. So, all right. Hey, if anybody wants to join in, there is a link at the top here. It should be pinned to the top to join StreamYard if you want to join in. And yes, we played at the beginning, we played the intro to the Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos cartoon, right? Yeah. And yeah, pretty cool. So should we just get into it? Should we get right into it? Should we just look at Chuck Norris and the Karate Kommandos? Should we do that? What do you guys think? Yeah? All right, we're going into, we're being commanded to get into these Karate Kommandos. So let's do it. Let's bring them into the stream. There they are, Chuck Norris and the Karate Kommandos. We're going to turn on some lights, and I'm going to get all washed out, but we're going to be able to see the toys a lot better. The Chuck Cam. We have the Chuck Cam today. Oh, wrong one. We want to do that one. There we go. The Chuck Cam. Chucking it in. All right, so there's 3 different versions of Chuck Norris, but currently I only have one version of Chuck Norris. I need to get the other. Why am I all tangled up here? Hold on a second. I got wires all tangled up. If I stretch like this, I'm going to... There we go. All right. So I have Chuck Norris right there. Chuck himself. Reed, his faithful companion. Tabe here. And this guy. Was he Kino? It just said it in the commercial. Let's look at the intro again because we need to be reminded of what that guy's name is. So we're watching the intro again. Here we go. Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris, man of action. Chuck Norris stars in Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos. Chuck Norris, he's got nerves of steel and strength to match. Chuck Norris with his team, Pepper.
It's too dangerous, Chuck. Wow.
Too much.
Too much.
Kimo, the samurai warrior. Reed, Chuck's teenage apprentice. Tabe, a sumo champion. With Chuck Norris, they battle the sinister forces of the Claw.
Remember this.
And the ruthless Super Ninja.
I'll finish Norris.
Chuck Norris stars in Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos.
Oh, yeah. Kimo. So we were pretty close, right? We knew. Yeah. Kino. Okay. So, and by the way, the car, the Karate Corvette, does all that stuff you saw in there, except it doesn't like make a gas station explode. I really don't think that, I don't think no matter how hard you ram this car into a gas station, I don't think it'll make the gas station explode. So it doesn't have that ability, but it's got all the other abilities. We'll go through it. I mean, this thing is loaded. It's like, it's got weapons to the nines, as they say, right? Isn't that a thing? It's got foot pegs on here for like characters to be standing on the car for some reason. And all kinds of features. And every character here has special features. They have a gimmick. They have a karate gimmick so they can kick the kung fu out of their comrades in Karate Kommandos with the Kung Fu Corvette. It's all K's. No matter what, it's K's. Everything is Karate Kung Fu Commando Corvette kicking butt, kicking kung fu. And we got Super Ninja and a bunch of ninjas for the bad guys. Now, the bad guy leader was Claw, as you saw in that commercial, but now this is the weird thing. I swear that I remember a Claw action figure, but when I was getting into this, picking up this line in the last few years, I cannot find a Claw action figure. So I want to say maybe we saw a photo of one and there was supposed to be like a second series, and there's probably some out there in some people's collections because they were able to get samples or something. It probably went so far as to be like the second series was made, but the line got canceled before they actually went into mass production. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's also red ninjas out there, but a red ninja seems to be extremely hard to find. Like I did a check before this video, and there's only one red ninja on eBay right now, and it's part of a job lot. And it kind of made me want to bid on the job lot just to get the red ninja. But he's really beat up. He's like almost like a lot of his paint app is like wiped off. He's really beat up. So as far as I know, there's There's 2 more versions of Chuck Norris that I can get and track down. And then there's Claw and the Red Ninja. And it's questionable if Claw actually was officially released or if the Claws that I remember were just photographs in magazines saying, like, this is what you would have got if we got a second series. But I do know there are red ninjas out there, and they come with black weapons instead of red weapons. They're the exact opposite of what we have here. So, yeah, pretty cool. You want to see a commercial for the toys? Chuck Norris, what a badass. You know, he's also man enough to wear a pink flamingo hat. Taking my mom to the airport in a minute. All right, Orlando. Yeah, you can. It's okay. You know, we got you. You want to see the commercial? Let's look at the commercial for the toys. Here's the toy commercial. And by the way, it's funny how like Chuck Norris is in half the intro, and watch, he's in half the commercial for the toys also. So you can't actually play with Chuck Norris, but you get to watch him kick stuff and break things in the toy commercial. And then you get to see a couple toys. This is good. Watch.
Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos.
Bring it up, bang it down, fight and watch the Beatles wherever they're found.
Location Hong Kong Harbor. Assignment, locate smuggled warhead. Oh no, Ninja Warriors! Read 9 through 3, perfect price. Up next, Super Ninja. It was my karate against his. And theirs. Up for us, Chemo and the Karate Vet. A flip, a chop, a shot. This ball game was over for now.
Kenner's Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos. Products sold separately.
Awesome, right? Awesome. That's why you want this line. You're like, oh, I could do all that stuff. I could knock over guys and like break wooden things, and yeah, you know, who has a play set up like that? No one does. Yeah. But all right, well, let's go through some of this, shall we? And if anybody wants to come on, by the way, you can come on. There's plenty of, you know, you don't have to listen to just me ramble on about this stuff. Someone else can pop in and say hello, and we can talk together about Chuck Norris. Oops, what did I do? Oh, there we go. About Chuck Norris and the Karate Kommandos. We can get together and have some...
It's high time we got to the bottom of these shenanigans.
Yeah, we can have some shenanigans while we're on here. All right, roll it. What an ad. Yeah, it makes you really want the toys, right, Lobot? How you doing, by the way, Lobot? You doing good? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, it makes me want all the toys. I mean, I want to go back and get the other 2 Chuck Norris I need. All right, let's move this car out of the way. We'll get to the car in a second. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do Chuck himself. So, Mr. Chuck Norris, let me make sure the light's okay here. Yeah, all right. Mr. Chuck Norris himself, these guys have a good range of motion with their arms and elbows and stuff. Head movement. They have squishy heads, so you can be like, I'm squished, Chuck Norris. Don't do this to my face, please. Help me. Help me. He's squishing my head. Yeah, Chuck. How you doing there? Yeah. So, so they're pretty good. You can find these generally in pretty good shape. Look for scuff marks on these are like kung fu boxing gloves or whatever, sparring. This is a sparring outfit, I think. So look for, sometimes you'll see this is all worn away and it'll be like the color of skin. You know what I mean? So I think these parts were molded in this color and then they were painted blue, because you'll see them scuffed up sometimes. And then these will be scuffed with white. So you want to make sure you don't get them. And then look for the Chuck Norris symbol on his belt. That can get worn away. Otherwise, they're generally in pretty good shape. He comes with this cool staff weapon here. This is pretty neat. It's got a dragon on the... oh, give me a break. It went way over there, too. Oh. All right, reach with my foot time. Yeah. Come on, feet. You can do it. Oh. Give me a break. All right, so yeah, there's a cool dragon symbol there. And then we've got some, it's supposed to be Chinese or Japanese Chinese writing, but it says CN for Chuck Norris. That's really what they're doing. CN for Chuck Norris. I know the bottom one is really close to a Japanese character, but Ka, right? It's pretty close to the Ka, K-A character, Ka. But really, they're just trying to do CN Chuck Norris. It's yeah, they're dumb. Just being dumb. But yeah, there's dragon symbols on it. Pretty cool. But yeah, he just hangs onto that one like a staff, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, there's no gimmick there. You just play with it like you play with any other weapon. The gimmick comes in with this thing on his foot. So he's got this cool weapon. It's almost like a sai, and it's got the Chuck Norris symbol there, CN, and a little stab pokey end, and two little clips here that clip into his foot, his boot, by these little holes in the boot. And you gotta get the other one in. Where's the other hole? Can't find the hole. Yeah. So it goes onto his boot like that. It's all clipped in there. And yeah, it does go backwards because this leg doesn't have a bendable. This one has a bendable knee and can move just like a regular toy would move, you know. So you can do all, you know, sit down in a car and stuff. But this one only has a joint in the hip, so you can sit them down in the car. But it's also spring-loaded because it's got to really stay in this position for the gimmick to work, because when you push down, oh, what the hell? When you push down, he kicks. No, don't hurt me. I'm just a ninja that is like ready to eat some Fruit Loops and mind my own business. I wasn't really trying to screw you, ninja. You're going down. You don't get your Fruit Loops today. Yeah, so that's cool, right? He's got, so it's, yeah, this little gimmick here is you push the foot in his whole body, and he kicks the back, kicks guys in the back. Yes. I'm ready to kick some ninja butt with my spring-loaded foot. So that's Chuck and his spring-loaded foot. He doesn't always... You have to, like, mess with him to get him to stand up, though. He's kind of a... There you go. So, are you going to be our cannon fodder ninja guy? Okay. You are going to be the fodder. All right. So that's Chuck. And now there's... I think that one of the other Chucks has a hand chopping motion. And another Chuck... I don't know. There's a Chuck in, like, street clothes that has, like, machine guns and stuff. So he's like Rambo Chuck. And I don't know what his action is. Probably, you know. Let's look at his sidekick, Reed, here. Now, in the cartoon, Reed doesn't really wear this outfit that much. It's kind of a weird... Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, so Reed has a giant spear, this really big spear, that this has its own special feature in that it's two weapons in one. Amazing, right? Yeah, it can split apart and get put back together. And you can do it however you want. You can do it like that, or you can do it like that. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. And they got the Chuck Norris symbols on the top here and on the other fan. Pretty cool. Hoya! And it can clip, these little things like make it so it clips onto his arms and then you can also hang on to it with these grips. So you could, or is it his legs? I don't remember how it worked. Yeah, you can clip them onto his legs here. Yeah, there you go. So these things can clip onto his feet if you want. So he can go around kicking guys. Do you squeeze his arms? Like, I don't remember how did we make this gimmick go? He did something. I know it's in the legs because he's got this spring action thing, but I think they went up. They both went up. Yeah. But how did it work? Did we pull the arm back? I guess I should have played with them before I showed you guys what they do, because I don't remember how to activate this guy. It's been so long. I haven't done him in a while. Let me see. Yeah, because these spring load up like that. But what do we do to get it to spring load? Like we saw in the commercial or the intro to the. Ugh. I gotta use my feet again. We'll come back to him. We'll figure him out in a minute. All right, we got. What is this? Let me look it up real quick. I'll look it up. I know he's. I am good, thank you. Hope the same for you. Go, Gadget Foot. Hi, all. Love the SAG sound effects. SAG sound effects not included. We could make a record that you could put on like one of those flimsy records, and you put it on the record player, and it's like, hua, hua. Man, on a windy day, you would be chopping people up all over the place with those foot accessories. There you go. Next. No, we'll look it up. Like there's karate. Wait. We got to get on Google here. Karate Kommandos. Read. Boy. With double flying falcon kick action. Do any of these show the back of the box so I can see how you do this? I'm trying to look real quick at how you do, if it'll show me how you do this feature thing. Boom, 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 boom. Card back, like there's got to be a video on this, right? Videos are, what were they thinking with Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos? There's a whole bunch of videos on the cars. Boy, there's not many videos on these toys. Wow, we should do videos on all these toys. Oh wow, we're not gonna be able to figure this out right away. Card back. I want to see the back of the card, because I bet you the back of the card shows you how to do it. All right, that's Tabe's card back. Who is this him? Reed Smith, here we go. Let me look at the back of his card back. Come into focus, card back. We need to see you. It says move the arm and the legs move. No, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Does mine just not work? I can't believe mine wouldn't work. This figure looks mint. It says you just move the arm and the legs are supposed to move. Maybe mine doesn't work. No, there it is. How come didn't we do this before? I swear we were squeezing the arms before. This is ridiculous. Oh, it's got to be in the right position. Okay. Like we might have had the arms up, and you can't do it. You have to have them down at his side, and then squeeze, and they kind of. Yeah, you got to get them just right. Yeah, we did it. We got it going. Yay! Reed's all happy, and he's. Yeah, you got to kind of have the arms down at the side and really get a good squeeze in. Maybe we can do it like, yeah. That's going pretty good, right? Hoya, hoa, 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 hoya, hoa. I'm going to get you. Hoya, hoya, hoa. You can just through the air. Got you. I'm going to get you. And he can like pretend to run. Here we go. We're running like the Flash. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. All right. We got his super gimmick figured out. Oh, I can't reach it again. Super Ninja is going to be a problem being on the ground like that all the time. All right. So that's how Reed works. After like 6,000 tries and a million years of, being an idiot, we figured it out. How did we want to put this? Did we put it in this hand? Up from the fiery depths of the earth where nightmares begin. Inhumanoids. We're gonna fight Chuck Norris and win. Inhumanoids. Alright, so that's Reed. Reed has done his part, and okay, so we got Reed done. We figured it out. Well, we didn't figure it out. We had to look at a card back and realize that we were being an idiot. Whoa, what happened to my screen? Oh my gosh, If only John invented a time machine on his new super awesome science channel, he could go back in time and ask his 10-year-old self how to play with it. Driving but listening. Yeah. Stay safe, Rolando. We don't want to hear that you've crashed. So stay safe. All right, now the next guy we got is Kino here. Kino or Chemo. Was it Kino? Kino, right? Now Kino he's got an arm flailing technique here. So Kino has bendable legs and knees, and one of his arms is a regular arm with am I out of camera here? So he's got a bendable elbow and a regular arm here, and he's got a special fan thing here that has a little peg on it so we can put it in his hand. And then he's got a a Japanese katana. So he's Japanese. He's got a Japanese katana in his back. And little pouch, little sheath for it to go in. And like I said, he's got the legs have bendable knees. They don't really have a super wide range of, like, this one bends more than the other one, but but look at this. He's got this whirlwind action. So if you unsheath the sword and put the sword in his hand, he will go bonkers and just kick your ninja butts. Because he's got this flick hand. See how it flicks like that? So you can flick it out. Yeah, we're flicking it out. Flick it out. Yeah. So Ninja comes up and he's like, man, I've been trying to get some Fruit Loops all day, and all these guys keep kicking my butt for no reason. And I can't stand up at the moment. There we go. And this guy comes up and he goes, you will not have Fruit Loops today, my friend. I am sorry. But you must go down because you are an evil ninja. And you have a sword in your hand. I have taken care of him. Now I can have the Fruit Loops. That's what he says. And he goes off and he eats his Fruit Loops that this ninja was going to have. How come he's not standing up? There he is. Okay. So where did his fan go? It just flew away when we were doing ninja stuff and his fan flew away. So you could also, like, you know, take the sword off. We'll put the sword back, shink, and we'll put the fan blade in that hand. Look at this. You can also do this. Put the fan in his hand, and he can be like with the fan. So that's pretty cool, right? He's like, I just want some Fruit Loops, guys. Can't I get a bowl of Fruit Loops? Why? Why don't they make like little action figure size bowls of Fruit Loops and things so we could like really make it look realistic? Fan Man is brilliant. Yeah, there you go. Fan Man. Fan Man Kino. All right, and then we have Tabe. Tabe is the giant, the brute. He's like, I am on the brute force. He is the brute squad. I mean, yeah, the brute squad, right? So Tabe has these giant symbol-like things. Symbols, right? And it has Chuck Norris on there and some ancient Mayan writing on that one. And it has the Chuck Norris symbol on his toga thing. What do you call these things? Gi? I don't know what they're called. But his apron, his fighting apron, it straps on there. Most of the time, if you go find this guy in the wild, he won't have this apron. The apron seems to be the most difficult piece to find. But he will have the weapons, and the guy will work. There might be some rubbing on his underwear, so make sure you look at his underwear if you're going to buy one. Now, I don't know how much these are nowadays. I can't imagine. Well, we could look them up, but I would guess you could get most of these for $20 to $30. But we'll look up a couple and just double check. But when I found them, I was paying between $10 and $20 for them in the condition you see here, and so I didn't find it wasn't that expensive of a line to collect. Some of the weapons, you know, get lost or are hard to find, like the ninja weapons. I got 2 complete sets, and then the third one is missing a dagger. But that's okay because I only wanted 1 complete. But Scuba Pete helped me find. He got a bunch of weapons, and we traded a pile of accessories. I think I got Black Star accessories, Chuck Norris accessories, some stuff for a few other characters, and we traded some stuff, and that was cool. It was awesome of Scuba to do that trade because it made more of these guys complete. But Tabe here, let's see, I think you squeeze his legs and yeah. So you open his arms and they click open, and then you can position his little symbol things the right way. And just like in the cartoon intro, he slams them together, and he sort of bends himself a little bit. See, he kind of lurches back, almost to pick the guy up. So if we click this and come over to our ninja guy here who's trying to get Fruit Loops. Oh, we didn't even hit him. All right, here we go. Ah! I guess it's hard to actually make a connection with the, he's I'm going to get you. I'm going to hit you with this stuff here. If I get really close, just stay there. Don't move. Oh, darn it. We still missed. So he can like laugh. That's his thing. You fell down. Look at you on the ground. That's his gimmick. So he laughs at the ninjas that are on the ground. You fell. Oh, you're lying on the ground. That's his gimmick. So he laughs at all the guys that fall on the ground from the other people. That's what Tabe does. Very jovial. Tabe is a very jovial guy. He's always up for having some fun. Now these ninjas are a weird thing. I think we have to wind. Let's see, how did it work here? Or maybe you. Yeah, do we crank this up? And then I know there's something with this, with the way this arm moves. See how this, you do something with this arm and the other arm will move. But again, we gotta work this out. Maybe he doesn't work. Let's try this one. Or maybe we have to wind it up first. Does it wind the other way then? Okay, that's it. I think we have to wind it this way. And then... Oh! One of them's got to work here. Hold on. All right, it's going to give me a second to figure this out because or is that how you do it? Do you just like twist the one arm and the other one moves? Like it was starting to move there a minute. See, I don't know. Some of these gimmicks, you're like, how the hell did this work? I know it's something with like when you move the one arm, the other one, like it did like a flip. It used to just roll around like this, but I don't, you see, it's kind of trying to do it. But I'm pretty sure you wound it up somehow, and then this arm released it, and he went like, wah, like went crazy with his arm. But it's a matter of getting one of them to actually do it. And I know they work because, I mean, look, they're freaking mint. They had no... I've done it before, but it's like just getting it... Like, these are the things. Like, if I can't freaking get this damn thing to work, how the hell did a kid do it? You know what I mean? Like oh, what the hell? I could just see kids sitting around all like, this doesn't work, Mom. I can't get it to go. You know? I'm missing something here. There's like another way to trigger it. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, the ninjas had bendable knees. Yep, we're moving on. Yep. And bendable elbows. And they had this scythe type thing in a blade that was on a little rope, and then a dagger. And like I said, if you got the red ninja had black weapons, the same exact weapons, but with black. They were black instead of red. And then they had a black symbol on there, and the body was red. So, and the red ninjas may have been more crafty, and these belts were painted black, even though the suit was red. But they didn't bother painting these belts red on this guy. They should have, but they didn't. So let me see this. I remember this working, so somehow I'm going to get this to work here. Hold on. I know it worked. I had it. See, it's one of those things where, like, you just got to get it. You know, like how we couldn't get that dude's legs to kick, and then all of a sudden it worked. You know, it's one of those things. You got to be like, oh, yeah, you have to. The arm has to be in this position, or you got to move it this way. Yeah. I don't know. What are you guys doing to me? Oh! Look at this. I think we got this one to work. Ready? You ready for this? Whoa! See? I told you we could get it. Hold on. How does it work here again? Oh, no. You have to get it. There we go. Now we can wind it up. You have to get it in the right spot so it can't make the clicking noise. If it's making the clicking noise, you're not winding it up right. And then you lock it in, and then you click the arm. Hua! Hua! And he goes crazy, right? We got to get him a sword so he can... Let's see if the other ones do it. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. There we go. We got it winding up. It's not clicking. Lock it into position. All right. You ready for this? Here we go. Oh, that was lackluster. It didn't actually... maybe this one's not as fully effective as the other ones. Come on, you. Let go. Unleash your ninja power, you. Whatever. Let's try the other one. Maybe they don't all work. If it clicks, you're wrong. It can't click like that. If it clicks, it's not good. Is this compelling YouTube for you guys? This is like boring as hell. You're like, we're just watching some guy try to like not click the arm. It's funny that, like, the one who's got stuff worn away is like, he's like the worst condition, is the one that works the best. Oh, that's funny. So when you're going for the gimmicks, don't judge the paint apps and say, like, this one will work, because it might not work. I can't even get this one to wind up correctly. The one that winds up the best is the one that's the worst condition. So you don't want it to click. You need it to wind up. And then, nice. All right, cool. Yeah, as soon as it clicks like that, it's the wrong. Yeah, interesting. All right, whatever. We got one of them to sort of work, and you got to see what it does. Right? So, and then we got Super Ninja here. All right, so Super Ninja. Notice how we didn't beat up any of Chuck Norris's guys with the Kung Fu action arm on the Ninja, because Chuck Norris never loses. So he can't get beat up during this video. No Chuck Norrises were harmed in the making of this video. All right, and then we have Super Ninja. Super Ninja also had a kicking action here where you turn his body and he kicks. See, whoosh, 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 whoosh. And he also had, so he's got, Super Ninja has this weird trident quad pokey thing sword with a long thing, and it's got this cool hilt on it. And then he also had a foot gimmick, so it's a 4-dagger foot gimmick thing. But for him, you kind of put it on the front of his foot, and it pegs into the foot like that. There's like holes where it pegs in. And this knee joint is sort of freely moving because it's supposed to, get that's the kick action. Whereas this one is a lot like any other joint where it's just a knee joint and stuff. And then he's got bendable elbows. Again, the head is kind of squishy. Look for the yellow, make sure it's painted good, and then the red symbol on his chest can wear away. That's what I see most often. But yeah, when he's standing, you kind of gotta move his body here, and he will kick your good guys down. Kick them. My guys want Fruit Loops, and I'm gonna get it to them. You guys can't stop me. So that's his gimmick. He just kicks. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Looks like duck feet. He's got duck feet. And he's got the cool sword that goes in his hand. Oh, yeah. I'm the cool sword that goes in my hand. Oh, yeah. Really cool. I mean, I think these are cool action figures. I like them a lot. I think they're neat. Chuck Norris and the Karate Kommandos. And then we got to do the car, right? We got to get into the car. Oh, look. Secret Crisis is here. My favorite memory is the scene where he commandeers someone's vehicle and says, "Don't worry, I'm Chuck Norris." Oh. Geek Strong is here. Good morning. Good morning. If you want to pop on and say hello, pop on. If only there was a place like Google. Yeah, right. Dun, dun, dun. Ha 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 ha. Not too bad. Still attempting to wake up. Need more coffee. White Shadow drinks coffee all day. That was like ninja slow-mo. I like sharks. Hey, Blue. How you doing, Sasquatch? I remember the figures, but can't remember the names. No, Chuck Norris were capable of being harmed in the making of this video, or indeed any other time. You know who can beat Chuck Norris? One Punch Man. Yeah. So yeah, we have Chuck Norris here. Reed Smith, his sidekick, trainee in training. But he was younger in the cartoon. Like in the figures, the guy, his trainee Reed Smith looks pretty much the same age as Chuck. But in the cartoon, he was supposed to be a teenager sidekick, but that didn't come across. And then we got Kino, the Japanese warrior, with his katana and fan blades, and Tabe, the sumo brute wrestler guy, with his symbols. Super Ninja up there in the purple, up here. And then we have his ninja army around him. We got some ninjas. Without the weapons, the ninjas are quite common. You can find them for $5 or $10, or at least when I was collecting, you could. Like I said, we got to look them up. Let's do a quick look on eBay. What do you guys think? Let's do a quick look on eBay here. We'll do an eBay look and see what sign in. What's going on here? Give me a break. Seriously? It's like you can't go into eBay without eBay your account. Still there, camera? What the hell, man? Why can't I just... There we go. All right, there we go. Stop it. Okay. I was having all these weird problems with my freaking eBay. It's like we need to make sure we know who you are. It's like I'm the same guy that was here just a little bit ago. What the hell? Mr. B's here. Hey, Mr. B. Rollins, Tez is here. Hi, Tez. How you doing? So we're going to share this eBay screen. You guys see it, right? Okay, let's do this. We got to make it bigger. There we go. We're making it bigger. All right, so we're going to look up some Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos. And we're going to see what some of these things are. So, yeah, here's a job lot that I was talking about with the Red Ninja. So, that, yeah, and it's got 2 different Chuck Norris figures. Still only at $20, 14 hours to go. Let's see, Whoa! Are you kidding me? The car with the box for $34? No way. That is like super cheap. If someone out there doesn't have the car, I highly recommend buying this because I really think that my car alone was more like $50 just for the car. If I remember right, it was more than $30. I know that. And I have a couple shops. There's one shop locally that has this with the box, and they want $100 for it with the box. So that is, and I think you get a Chuck Norris figure. So that is a really good deal. Why is this so? Is it broken or something? Like, what's going on? Do you guys see this when I click on it? No, you don't, do you? I'm going to check real quick. Vintage Chuck Norris, Karate Kommandos Corvette car vehicle. The two wings that I'm pointing in the third pit do not activate when the magnet. Okay. So it is broken. It's broken. Okay. So it's $35 because it's broken. Okay. All right, that makes sense. But you get the box, which is in rough shape. So basically, like, here's a box for $30 plus shipping. So he's charging a little bit more than what you would for the empty box because it's a broken car. But so the play features on the car won't work. But there you go. See, $5. He doesn't have his sword. $42 for a carded one. You see what I mean? So it's not. You're not gonna. This is a toy line that's not gonna kill you. You're not gonna break the bank. And $7.99 and $4 shipping for the Ninja. I mean, you got to find the weapons, of course. A $50 Ninja carded. I should get a couple of these carded. The carded figures aren't that bad prices. $6 plus $4 shipping. $10 for the weapons for that Ninja. $50 for Super Ninja here. This is the Chuck Norris that has a machine gun. It's like Tool Time Chuck Norris. You know, remember Tool Time with, was it Tool Time with Tim Taylor? And I have this comic. That's a cool comic, the Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos comic. Okay, this guy, he's got his weapons $18.99 and $4.75. So you can get one complete for $20. 20, what is it, 19 plus $5 shipping, so $24. You can get a complete Chuck Norris in his whatever you call it, sparring outfit with all his weapons. So, oh my gosh, just $30 for this one for Chemo in his on card. Wow. Yeah, I might have to get a few of these carded. They're still reasonable even to get packaged ones. A whole lot with all kinds of weapons. $45. So you're looking at $10 a figure. That's not bad, really, you know. But you're getting them with weapons because he's got all his stuff, so he's complete. Super Ninja's cut in half, so you only have half a Super Ninja. But you've got two ninjas there with some weapons. Yeah. So, Chemo's there, but he's got the weapons for Reed. So yeah, I think we can just say that, like, you can find these for a decent, it's not going to kill you to try and get even a carded set. Oh, look, here's another red Ninja. Oh, he's got gold, so it's gold painted. That's a nice looking red Ninja. That looks to be in pretty good shape. See, that's one I don't have right now, and I don't see them that often. So now there's two red Ninjas up on eBay right now. Cool. Cool. Yeah, so what are we saying here? We can get most of the figures. Can't see me at all right now. Oh. Let's turn this one off, right? I'm like sitting in the dark. Sitting in the dark. I'm sitting in the dark. So most of the ninjas, let's turn this off because I think you can see me better when we turn all the lights off. There we go. So most of the we'll get to the vehicle in a second here, but most of the action figures that I showed here, it looked like you could find them complete for around $25 to $30 or even less if you get lucky. Let's say hello. Let's make sure we said hello to some of the people. So we got Mr. B in the house now. Mr. B. Tez is here. Rolando. Or Roland's Reviews. What am I saying? Rolando's been here, but yeah, Rolando's here too, you know. Good to see you, Tez. If you want to come on and chat, please do. Tam and Belle, how you doing? Good to see you guys. Chris has woke up. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Good morning. Chris probably has the Chuck Norris car in the box. Do you guys want to see the, since there's more of you here, let's go back and play this toy commercial again so you get to see how awesome.
Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos.
Bring it up, crack it down, fight and watch the Beatles wherever they're found.
Location Hong Kong Harbor. Assignment, locate smuggled warhead. Oh no, Ninja Warriors! Read 9 through 3, perfect price. Up next, Super Ninja. It was my karate against kids. And theirs. Up for us, Chemo and the Karate Vet. A flip, a chop, a shot. This ball game was over now.
Kenner's Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos. Products sold separately.
All right, we're going to move these guys. We're going to go back to the big screen. We're going to look at the Corvette now. We're going to move some of these guys out of the way so we can play with this Corvette. Oh, we've just taken Chuck out. Chuck has been taken out, my friends. Chuck Norris and the Karate Kommandos. All right, we need to get rid of the layer here, so ninjas are going to move. Move out the way, a couple of you ninjas. All right, you can stay up there, and Super Ninja can stay up there. We're going to just take this stand away. Dun, 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 dun.
Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris, man of action. Chuck Norris stars in Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos. Chuck Norris, he's got nerves of steel and strength to match. Chuck Norris with his team, Pepper.
It's too dangerous, Chuck. Wow.
Too much.
Too much.
Chemo, the samurai warrior. Reed, Chuck's teenage apprentice. Tabe, a sumo champion. With Chuck Norris, they battle the sinister forces of the Claw.
Remember this.
And the ruthless Super Ninja.
I'll finish Norris.
Chuck Norris stars in Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos.
Well, I think we now all know what Chris is getting for Christmas, since he doesn't. All right, the Kung Fu Karate Corvette, all with K's. This was the Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos with K's. Kommandos spelled with a K. Karate Kung Fu Corvette, all spelled with K's. This is like everything has to have K's in it for some reason with Chuck Norris. That's probably why people freaked out, because when you put it all together, you got a very bad organization with Chuck Norris and his Karate Kommandos, with his Karate Corvette. All right, so this thing has room for so he can be, Chemo here is going to be like, I want to drive, so he's going to get in and drive. We might have to move his sword a little bit so we can sit down. So Chemo's going to get in and drive. He's like, I want to drive. Let me drive. So he gets in and drives. Tuck the sword in there. We're driving. We'll put his little fan in there just so he doesn't lose it. Make sure his sword is tucked in right. All right. And then Reed can be, see, they have these little holes down there. So Reed can stand on the car. Now, I don't recommend any children standing on cars while Chemo drives them around, but you can, if you want, stand your figures on the car. So he can be like, oh no, ninjas are attacking from the back of the car. And this ninja could be here being like, I'm getting on the car too, and I'm attacking you. I don't know how. I can't get my foot on the peg, but come on. Get on the peg, foot. All right, so then he's like, I'm attacking you from the back of the car. And this guy's like, well, I can stand on the car too, and I will. Oh, no, he fell. Oh, what the hell? Stop falling. Stand on your foot peg. There we go. So he's like, I'm going to get you. I can get on the car and attack. And he's like, well, I'm on the car too, and I'm ready to, knock you off the car and fight you and stuff. So yeah, there's pegs on the car so your guys can stand on it and fight while they're on the car, while it's driving down the road being crazy. And then if you want to, you can there's like special features on this car. Hold on, let's see if we can activate any of these special features. So first off, so we're going to have trouble with this, right? Because we never can do these things correctly. So first off, this can come out for some reason. I think it's a launcher. So you can be like, hey, I'm on the car and I'm about to attack you. And you can be like, no, you're not. That didn't flip out. No, you're not. You're gone now, mister. And then the other thing is you can have him like over here and he's like, I'm running to chase up to the car because I'm going to attack it once I catch it. And then you got these blades. Look at all these things. There's blades tucked away and they conveniently fit in these little slots here. And you're like, oh yeah, mister? You think you're going to catch up to the car? Well, not when we flip these. Jeez, what the hell? That wasn't. What the hell? Just fell down. Okay, we'll try that again. All right, we're going to get you with these. There we go. Oh, it actually knocked him over. Yes! We have knock him over action. Oh, man. Now I have to use my feet again to get him. Because he's all the way over there, and I can't bend down over there. Oh, come on. Ugh. And then the blade went, where'd it go? Over here? But that was cool, right? We actually did it. And then there's these little, so there's 6 little slots in the back where these go. So you store them. And then the wing can go back in. So that's the super action in the back of the car. And then we have super action in the front of the car. So if he's like, haha, I'm blocking your way. Now there's no way you're going to get me now or get through here now. I think, if I remember right, I think you push the windshield. So we've had good track record with this, right? So, oh, he wasn't close enough. But did you see that? Did you guys see what just happened there? So he's got to be really close to the car and being like, I'm going to stop you guys. You're not getting through here. Super Ninja wants us to keep you in this exact spot. And you're like, no. Haha. This blade flew out of the center of the Corvette and chopped him in half. Just whoop. He's gone. Dead. Dead. Hold on. More people showed up. Bill's here. Hey, Bill. How you doing? What's up, Bill? Lack, Sivrak. is here. Lack, what's up? How you doing, my friends? Bill, Lack, any of you guys want to join in? There's a thingy at the top, a pinned tweet. G-Force is here. Hey, G-Force. Anyone recommend the best vintage toy store in Houston, Texas? Yeah, he's looking for a toy store. I slept in. Can you recap the last hour? Well, we got Chuck Norris. We got Reed Smith, his cohort. We got Tabe. Chemo is in the car driving. Super Ninja's up there. And the Black Ninja Force is all around trying to stop Chemo from getting away. And we went through all their action features. Some of them worked really well, and others we had a lot of difficulty with. But now we're playing with the action features on the car, so that's where we are. And in a little bit, I'll show you the commercials and stuff again, so that you can catch up on the commercials. I find any, though I bought them all. He bought all the toy stores in Houston. All the toy stores. Blue Sasquatch owns all the toy stores in Houston now. Recap: Chuck Norris is hard as granite and kicks like an elephant on cocaine. Yeah, that's it, Lobot. You got it. He learned it from Gene LaBelle. John needs to learn to play with his toys before the video so he knows how they work. Yeah, we went through that. Yeah. That didn't happen, White Shadow. What are you talking about? That never happened. Joe Lansbury taught Chuck the scissor kick. Chuck Norris checks under his bed for Gene LaBelle. Oh boy. What's on your head, John? Oh, it's a it's a flamingo, but it's a Santa flamingo. See? It's got a Santa hat on, so it's a Santa flamingo. It's festive. Join John. I'm still in my underwear. I'm still waking up. I haven't had coffee. I'm still hanging upside down in the corner. Lack, you're a werewolf, not Dracula. Yeah. Jonathan Redmond, how you doing? That's my bird of prey. That's funny. Yeah, I can't afford the Playmobil bird of prey, so I got this bird of prey instead. Good to see you, Jonathan. So we got another feature we got to go through. So the other one is, I think we're going to click this roll bar here. So should we set them up? This guy is going to be on the side being like, I'm going to get you. And he's like, no, I'm going to get you from over here. And they're going to be like, we're going to put them a little closer because last time it didn't have the effect we wanted. And then we're going to be like, oh yeah. They knock them over and they're dead because these blades came out from the side. And they can drive forward and chop everyone up as they drive by them. Chopping you guys all up as we drive through because he's got these cool dragon blades on the side. So, yeah. So as we saw, like in that one on eBay, you know, these features were broken. So that's something you want to look for when you're trying to hunt down a car. Make sure that it has all these features that work. And the car is really cool. It actually feels like I remember like the feeling that this car gives you when you have it in your hand. Like it feels like the Barbie Corvette or like the some of the other cars from that era, like the trucks and stuff that you used to have. And it's chunky. It's got some weight to it. You know, it's not like, it doesn't feel like a hollow thing. It really, but the sound, like when the wheels click and when you play with this and have it in your hand, like it just brings back the memories of me having these toy vehicles as kids, you know? And I really, really like this car. I think this car is like, it's a great centerpiece to have in the collection on display, and then stand the action figures around it. I have this in a Detolf, and I usually keep Chemo in the vehicle, and then I have the three good guys kind of sitting here, and then the ninjas and the bad guys kind of over there, and it fits really nice in one Detolf shelf. Looks really good. So it's not a crazy and wild thing to have on display. It fits with some figures around it in a really nice, in one space. You don't have to have like a ton of room to keep this collection and have it looking cool. Yeah, so let's I keep knocking guys over. Like Chuck is the hardest one to stand up because of his kung fu leg. Whoopsh. Or wait, how did it go? Whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh. So when he stands on the edge, he can kick people. Whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh. Kick people that are behind him only, though. He only kicks people that are behind him because he's Chuck Norris. He doesn't like to attack from the front. That's not true. I'm sure Chuck will be mad at me if that's that. Imagine if that's spread around now. Super Awesome Geek Show says Chuck Norris only likes to attack people that are behind him. With all the play features, this would be a $500 HasLab. I think you could still get a working car for $50. I think that's about what I paid for this. We saw a broken one online for $34 with the box, and a boxed one. Like I said, there's one at a local store near me in the box for around $100. So it's not a crazy line to collect. We saw most of the figures on eBay earlier. We did a quick look. We saw most of the figures for $20 to $30, and some of them on card were $50 or so. So it's like they're not. Didn't we see one of them on card for like $30? I think it was. So they're not. It's not an expensive line to collect right now, and I might have to do a full video on this for the affordable action figure thing because it's something that's really fun. It could be a fast collection because there's not many figures to collect, and it won't break the bank, and it looks really good on display. They have a lot of great play features. They're fun. The cartoon is great. It used to be on Tubi. I looked this morning. I was going to actually grab a couple clips of the cartoon, and it's gone already. So it was up on the Tubi app, but now it's gone. Probably because the cartoon was owned by Warner Brothers, and I bet now that all the stuff is figured out with what Warner Brothers is doing, I bet they went through and took all their stuff off the free streaming apps because they're going to put it on something that they own that you have to pay for, I bet. Finishing my drink. Got some tea. We're doing some tea. How does the car size up to a 6-inch action figure? Bill.
Hey.
How you doing, Bill?
I got my coffee finally, so I thought I'd come on and join you. Had a late night last night on my channel. I had a visitor from Eternia show up, and we talked for a little while. You guys will have to catch the replay of that sometime. It was a very interesting night with Masterversal Toy Hunter, who showed up on my show.
I will definitely have to check that out. Now you're on later today around lunchtime, right? You got your.
I normally I would be, John, but well, I'm not doing anything today because I have a function I have to attend later on today during the time that I would normally be on. But I did do some specials this week. I did a Friday afternoon stream that Friday afternoon after I got home from work, and I'm going to that was called Open Mic, and I actually had a good friend of mine who has another channel, John Paul Revere from Ancient Order of Men. He popped in and gave me a big surprise, and on that stream, and then Saturday nights from now on, I'm going to have what's called Up All Night. I'm not actually going to be up all night. I'm gonna be streaming somewhere around midnight till about 1 or 2 a.m. depending upon what's going on in the nighttime. That way, I can catch some of my fans who may be in different time zones than I.
Yeah, that's. I'm usually asleep, but if I ever am awake that late, I'll definitely be popping on. But so 6-inch. Here's a 6-inch Iron Man.
Okay.
They are shorter, so let's put them exactly next to Chuck.
Chuck fell.
See?
So what is what size are the Chuck Norris action figures? Are they 3 3/4 inch?
No, I guess that would be 5-inch, right? So
5-inch, okay.
yeah, because Chuck here is just a little bit shorter than the Iron Man. See, by about a head. And then let's see, what do I have for 3 3/4 inch? I've got a so 3 3/4 inch. I have Hannibal here from the A-Team.
Okay. All right, so they're significantly larger than 3 3/4 inch.
Yeah.
So what other figure lines do these scale up well with?
I don't have a He-Man figure handy, do I? Oh no, we have Sunman right here. Okay.
All right.
So we could put they're about Sunman size. They're so they're He-Man size in a sense.
A little shorter than Sunman there. I'm trying to think of what action figure lines that they might scale up with. Do they scale well with superpowers? Is what I'm kind of wondering.
No, because like here's a Superpowers, and he's shorter than that.
Okay.
See, Superpowers was more like 4 inches,
Yeah.
Or that's a Secret War, but Secret War Superpowers.
Secret War Superpowers were about the same scale.
And then the Marvel, like Toy Biz.
Squad says that's not Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris doesn't fall. Must be an imposter or a knockoff.
Toy Biz 5-inch is about there. So
okay,
they're kind of their own scale, I guess.
Yeah, they are.
They're not. Yeah, because they're not 3.75. They're not 4-inch. These are about 4.5, not quite 5. He-Man are generally considered 5-inch figures. So Chuck Norris is, close to 5, but not quite. Yeah. Because the Ninja are even shorter, than Chuck himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and Tabe's taller, so they're to scale with each other. Because Super Ninja's really tall. Look at him.
Wow.
Compared to the Ninja next to him, Super Ninja's going off the screen. You know what I mean? So they are to scale with each other as far as a threat and brute force and all that stuff. Because Tabe's a big guy and he's taller than the other ones. So, yeah. But I don't think that a 6-inch figure is going to fit in the. Yeah, there's no way he's going to even get his butt in the. It's too wide.
Yeah.
The seat is narrow. The seat's too narrow to even fit him in there, and I don't think you're gonna, make it work. You can, I guess, if you had thin, like the female characters or some of the real thin male characters might fit in there, but no one with any armor or any bulk to them. The female characters will probably fit in this Corvette just fine because they're even gonna come up higher in the head than this guy is, But then again, if this had a roof, he probably is perfect for it, right?
Oh, wow. Jonathan Redmond has got some sad news there in the chat. I'll let you tell that.
No, really? Oh my gosh! I'm not kidding. We just reached out to him. Like I have his email, and I sent it maybe like 2 weeks ago, asking if he wanted to come on again because he was on the podcast a while back, and I've got 8x10s and other things autographed from him from meeting him. And I found my old contact list, and I was recontacting a lot of these guests that were on years ago, saying, do you want to come on a live stream now and join us on the YouTube channel? And he was one of the ones I wrote to because he was so cool and so much fun. I can't believe that he's gone. Wow. Oh my gosh.
I would ask that Jonathan, please tell us where you found that news at, and I see you got a wrench. Please do post that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find anything real quick on this.
Here it is. Medico Topics is this.
We went there for the show. Get your glass. What is? Oh, is it? All right. 49 years old. His trainer confirmed it. What the hell's with all these ads all over these freaking news sites? I hate this stuff.
Yeah, they know you're going to come look at the news, so they bombard you with
I know.
ad.
Yeah. They're not saying how he died. They're not making it public yet.
Wait a minute. I saw something else. There's a YouTube channel that says he passed away in an accident.
Yeah, it very well could have been. Posted the news. Some artists also posted about it. Yeah. Wow. That's too bad. I mean, he really was a nice guy. Yeah, we like Ghost is saying. Ghost has probably, he said he's talked to him as well, and yeah, he was like, he did some funny photos with me. You know, like I would always do funny things with cosplayers. You know, like when I'm at a convention or something where, you know, like if they're Darth Vader, I have them lift me up by the neck, choking me, but you take the photo from a slight angle so you don't see our feet, so it looks like he's choke. You know what I mean? You can get on something or whatever, so it looks like he's lifting you up. Or like, you know, Slave Leia tying her chain around me and choking me and stuff, you know. And he saw that when we were in line, I was doing some of those funny pictures with cosplayers. So when we got up to get his autograph at the head of the line, he's like, I'm going to get you with my sword. And he had me kneel down. And he's like trying to slice my neck with the sword. And he has a couple others where he's sticking it in my back or something, you know. But he took like 5 or 6 funny photos of him doing something funny to me, or kung fuing me, or karate kicking me, and I'm blowing back or something, you know, like just, he spent a lot of time doing fun photos and doing weird things and didn't ask for anything in return. It was just him goofing off, you know, and saw someone who was willing to goof off with him, so he just did it, you know. And
yeah,
so yeah,
it's sad when we lose our heroes.
Yeah. And then, like I said, he was nice enough to come on the podcast afterwards and do like a quick thing. I'll have to find that and maybe I can replay it. It's up on the web. It's archived up on the website, but I can
maybe make a little tribute for him. That would be great, John. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer to wake up and find out that news. But thank you, Jonathan, for sharing that with us.
Yeah. Because we watched him like every day after school. My friend Nofrio and I would run home and watch Power Rangers. We watched him in that original show play, you know, show up when he finally showed up as the Green Ranger and like did all this stuff. And it was like, it was so, you know, I remember we just loved this stuff. It was goofy. It was cheesy, but we had fun with it, you know. And
I remember the Power Rangers very vaguely. You know, I was kind of a little old for Power Rangers when the show came on, but my daughter liked.
Technically, we were too. We were also too old for it. But
I remember the Green Ranger would play his flute, and his Zord would come.
It was a sword that was also a flute. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Yeah.
And wasn't the Green Ranger a bad guy at first, or they thought he was a bad guy at first, and then he became a good guy?
I actually do think that I think it's a Smurfette situation, right? Didn't the evil witch girl create the Green Ranger to
would that be Rita Repulsa?
Rita Repulsa, yes, to infiltrate the Power Rangers. But then when he infiltrated, they were they turned him good in a sense. So I do think you're right. I vaguely remember that as a storyline. They did the Smurfette Gargamel, thing where Smurfette was made to be a bad guy, but then she ended up being a good guy and turned good. And I think they did the same thing with the Green Ranger. I think you're right.
There's a fan of my channel named LSD. That's ELSD. That's actually my son-in-law Eli, and he's a big Power Rangers fan. One of my very first casts here on YouTube, he actually took me on a tour of his home and showed off some of his collection. Wow. And I do believe that the Green Ranger is one of his favorite Rangers.
Yeah, it's the one that I have left. I kept the Green Ranger and his Dragon Zord when after I moved to Seattle. I had to pare some stuff down, and I got rid of the triangle boxes and all the aliens, but I kept all the Zords, and I kind of wish I kept the triangle box Power Rangers now, but the only one I kept was the Green Ranger and his Dragon Zord. G-Force. What's really funny is because we both grew up in upstate New York, we were both the same age. We both liked metal stuff, and we both loved toys. And we are only about a month difference. So you're right. I'm in January of 1973. I guarantee you that if you went to the concerts, like if you went to Guns N' Roses, if you went to Aerosmith, if you ever went to like Monsters of Rock or any of that stuff, we were at the same exact concert. Like G-Force and I were probably at the same events, at the same clubs, at the same rock concerts, doing the same thing. We probably both went to the same conventions and toy shows, but just never actually talked to each other until now. You know what I mean? Like, we literally were probably paralleling each other most of our lives, and it just never happened to talk until now. It's just a really strange thing. It's like the time where when I was younger, when I was still living in New York, I grew up in a little town called Marion, New York, and I came to Florida to visit my mom or somebody. My mother lived down here for a long time, and I went to on a glass bottom boat out in the ocean, and we were my mom and I and everybody were sitting on this boat, and I commented on something we saw in the ocean under this boat, and the girl sitting next to me started saying, "Oh yeah, that's really cool." And then she's like, "Did you see this thing over here?" And we got talking and spent the rest of the time talking and hanging out together on the boat, looking at all the animals we could see. And it turned out she lived in Palmyra, which is the town right next to Marion, and was the same age. There was the rival school, and she knew my friends that I knew from Palmyra that went to Palmax High School.
Oh, wow.
So it was like she was in the clique, like a clique away from my friends. So it was like I went all the way to Florida, out in the middle of the ocean on some boat to meet someone who lived practically right next door to me. So when we went back, we ended up, keeping in touch, and it was like our friends kind of started mingling together. It was pretty funny. They were like, "How'd you guys meet?" And we were like, in Florida on a boat." It's like you could go across the country and meet someone that lives right next door to you, pretty much. That it's just so weird,
It just makes you realize what a small world it really is.
Yeah, he did. The cool armor, Green Ranger and his Dragon Zord. I spent all my money in my teens and 20s on concerts. Yeah, we did too. we went like within 4 or 5 states of New York. We went to every concert for a couple years. We quite almost literally went to every single metal concert, like White Lion, Poison, White Snake, Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, like all the way through the 80s into the 90s. We were going to every rock concert that was in like a 4-state radius, or something. We quite literally went to just about every concert, and Megadeth, Metallica, like Anthrax. It was like everybody, Testament, Metal Church.
You kind of had an in on those concerts, though, didn't you? Your mom kind of helped you out a little bit there, didn't she?
Well, in the beginning, when we were younger, she introduced me to a few people. So what it was I wasn't afraid to walk up and just talk to these people. And that's kind of what got us started. Like the other thing was, one of the first bands that actually talked to us was the Dead Milkmen. We went to a Dead Milkmen concert, and we were always moshing and jumping around in the crowd and stuff. And my friend David was on the other side of the crowd, but he was yelling and waving his hands. And it was literally so packed I could barely get through. So after squeezing through like 3 or 4 people, we were up near the front, so it's really tightly packed up there. I just said, screw it. And back then I was super thin and tall and had long hair. So I just told these 2 guys next to me that were pretty big guys. I was like, I want up because I have to go over there. And they went, sure. And they lifted me up, literally straight up in the air. So I was standing on their shoulders, and I took a step, and I stepped on the next guy's shoulder. And then people started putting their hands up, and I was grabbing a hand that was way up like this and stepping on shoulders. And I literally walked on the crowd over to my friend David, and the Dead Milkmen stopped in the middle of a song, and they went, "Behold, Jesus not only walks on water, but he walks among us on the crowd." And I had long hair, and I'm like, what? And I had a couple friends that from that day on, that's what they called me. And still to this day, one friend, my friend David, whenever we get in touch or call or do something, he's like, "Hey, JC, how you doing?" He calls me, he's called me JC from that day on, But after the show, the Dead Milkmen found us, and they were like, "You guys all have to come back and hang out with us." That was freaking awesome. And they signed it. I didn't have anything to autograph, so they signed a dollar bill that we had. We had a dollar bill, so they signed a dollar bill. And then from that day on, every band that I met signed a dollar bill. So I've got like $30 or $40 in a binder. I put them all in a binder of all these different bands that signed dollar bills. And
yeah, you've shown us that binder here on the show.
I did show it once, okay, because right now I don't know where it is. I was looking for it, and I know it's in a box. It's in the storage somewhere, but yeah. So basically between my mother and the Dead Milkmen, they taught me that if you ask and you're nice and you're willing to be patient, you can get backstage and hang out with any band you want. So then we met Guns N' Roses, we met Metallica, Megadeth, Poison. I have guitar picks from Poison. We met Overkill. We met, like pretty much everybody. Marilyn Manson, we met in New York, in Rochester. Then we went to a nightclub with Nine Inch Nails. And then my friend David got into a CD exchange with the guy who played the drums when Nine Inch Nails was on tour. He basically had a band that he would hire when he went on tour. But when he made all his music, Trent Reznor did it by himself. But on tour, he couldn't play every single instrument. So he would hire a band. And the guy who played the drums, I think his name was Chris, he got into a CD trading thing with my friend David. So, because David was into imports and Chris was into imports. So we had a really good import shop in Rochester. I can't remember the name of the store off the top of my head, but it was on Monroe Ave. Monroe Ave is like our Yonge Street, if you're familiar with Toronto, Canada. But we had a great CD store that got imports. So Chris would write and say, "Here's some imports I'm looking for," and David would go get them, and then he would be like, I found these imports at different cities, and David Chris would trade through the mail CDs, imports and stuff, and live cuts and all these other things that you couldn't just get at a regular CD store, like a mainstream. So one day David calls up and he's like, hey, they're all good. They're all going to New York City. Do you want to come with me? And we're going to stay at Marilyn Manson's condo, his apartment in New York. So we all went to there and stayed in Marilyn Manson's condo for like a week with Marilyn Manson and everybody, just hanging out in New York City with this guy. So it really got us.
Stories.
It got us into being able to like pretty much just hang out and do anything. We met Robert Smith of The Cure, the Cranes.
Wow,
man, the girl in the Cranes. After meeting her, we went out to dinner and we were just hanging around Rochester, and man, I had such a crush on her. I was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe I'm going to dinner with this girl and we're hanging out and stuff. And I was like, it was just, oh my gosh, she was so beautiful. The girl in the Cranes. I don't know if you know who they are, but they're kind of like The Cure and all that stuff, but that tone, you know.
Dino's in the chat, and Thousand Ghost wonders if you talked to Marilyn Manson and about his lunchbox collection.
Actually, no, I didn't even know about that, but that never came up. Now I wish we did. Yeah, that's funny.
I had a $6 Million Man metal lunchbox when I was a kid. I wish I still had that.
When I met a guy Wednesday 13 who was he in? He was in he went solo as Wednesday 13, but he was in a band before that. What the hell was that band's name? Started with an M, I think. But anyways, he went off on collecting toys. He really collects toys. Like
if you're wondering why I raised my hand, Geek Strong says, raise your hand if you think Super John is the best storyteller.
He has a collection around 400 lunch. Wow. Maybe he just started it back then, because this was 20 odd years ago. You know what I mean? So it could be something that he started, because like that's what Wednesday 13 did. When he was going on tour, he started seeing all these toy and comic stores in different areas of the country, and it got him into buying toys, because he would see something like, say, in Dallas that he doesn't have in his hometown, and he would buy it and ship it back home. And then he would go to the next city, find a toy and buy it and ship it home. And he was like, before he knew it, he was collecting toys while he was on tour. His, the being on tour with the band was like the number one reason to be going around the country. But the number two was to be able to go to all these toy stores and collect toys. So it was funny listening to him. Yeah, Murder Dolls. There you go. I knew it started with an M. Yeah. And there's an interview with him too, talking about this very thing, how he collects all these toys while he's on tour. And I'm sure I should find a lot of these old interviews and replay them now that we're doing this live stream stuff and everything. Yeah. Like I said, there's a few people I reached out to try and get them back on. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know how much more I have to talk about Chuck Norris here, but we'll for those of you who are new, you want to see the commercial again?
Sure.
Because not everybody got to see that, and there's a lot
I didn't get to see it myself. I would like to see that commercial, if you don't mind, John.
Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos.
Break it up, crack it down, fight and watch the Beatles wherever they're found.
Location Hong Kong Harbor. Assignment, locate smuggled warhead. Oh no, Ninja Warriors! Read 9 through 3, perfect price. Up next, Super Ninja. It was my karate against his. And theirs. Up for us, chemo in the karate vet. A flip, a chop, a shot. This ball game was over for now.
Kenner's Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos. Products sold separately.
Wow. I think I vaguely remember Kenner doing Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos, but that's a neat commercial there, John.
Yeah, and then we got the intro to the cartoon, which I can't find the cartoon anymore. It was on Tubi, but when I checked this morning, because I was going to cut a couple clips out of the cartoon, it wasn't on Tubi anymore, so they took it off. But here's the intro for the cartoon.
Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris, man of action. Chuck Norris stars in Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos. Chuck Norris, he's got nerves of steel and strength to match. Chuck Norris with his team, Pepper.
It's too dangerous, Chuck. Wow.
Too much.
Too much.
Kimo, the samurai warrior. Reed, Chuck's teenage apprentice. Tabe, a sumo champion. With Chuck Norris, they battle the sinister forces of the Claw.
Remember this.
And the ruthless Super Ninja.
I'll finish Norris.
Chuck Norris stars in Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos.
See, that's the thing. Like, I also wonder, you know, like I said, I remember seeing photos or something of the Claw and as an action figure, and when you go to look it up, like, you can't find that action figure. So either he was going to come out in a series 2, like a wave 2, that never ended up coming out because the line got canceled. And I imagine they probably would have made Pepper and the kid there too much, the little kid, and then, you know, they probably, that, you know, maybe that's where the Red Ninja comes from, and the Red Ninja was the only one that was released of that line or something, because he was just a repaint of this ninja. But like I said, and we only saw 2 of the Red Ninja on eBay, so the Red Ninja is more difficult to find than this black one. And that could be why. It could have been intended for a second wave, and the only figure that came out was the red one, because the red one's just a repaint. But like, I can't find a Claw action figure, but I know I seriously remember seeing at least a photo of one when we were younger.
It may have been shown in a catalog.
Exactly, or maybe even a toy fair. You know, those old or Tomart's Toy and Action Review magazine. You know, they may have said, like, here's season 2 coming out, or wave 2 coming soon, or whatever. But and there's got to be a few people, because they probably made some samples or prototypes or something. So there's probably people out there who have it, but it's just something that I haven't come across. But if I ever do, I would definitely be getting it.
Thousands Ghost says that Amazon has the whole series on DVD for only $10.
Oh wow, that's awesome! I might get.
And he wonders if the clips that you show give you a copyright hit.
I'm pretty sure they will. Yeah,
I know the answer to that. Yeah, they probably do, but they probably don't give you a true copyright strike.
No. It would be one of those things where, like, you're sharing.
Yeah.
If the video gets monetized at all, I don't care if it gets monetized or not.
They usually give you the little yellow sadness icon and tell you that,
you're splitting it with them or something.
Yeah.
Which I don't care. I mean, these live streams, I don't care if they get monetized or not. It's more fun to show the clip than it is to worry about monetization, right?
And $10 is not bad for an entire series of a cartoon show, even if it's only 13 episodes long, which I really don't remember how many episodes there were. Do you, John?
No, but I think it was only one season. When I remember it being on Tubi, and I watched it, and I feel like it was just one season. So
and cartoon shows generally had smaller seasons.
Well, no, I feel like there was still around 20 some episodes.
Was it a Saturday morning cartoon, or was it
I feel like it was one of those afternoon ones.
Then it probably had a full season then of 26 episodes.
Yeah, I feel like it was 20 some episodes, but don't quote me. I'm not 100% on that, because
I don't to get into syndication. I don't know how many episodes a show had to have, but I think they had to have a minimum number of shows in order to.
Yeah, I think it was 50 something. Because, like, if you look at He-Man that was syndicated, each season has like 50 some episodes, and same with G.I. Joe and Transformers that were both syndicated. There's like 50 episodes in a season. So I have a feeling that and we know those got syndicated.
Yeah.
So I think it was something like 50 some episodes.
I know. Most
syndicated.
television shows that went into syndication had to have a minimum of 2 seasons, so that sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I have any metal lunchboxes right now, come to think of it. I might still have the Clash of the Titans one somewhere.
Thousands Go said it only had 5 episodes and it was on CBS. Oh, wow.
What?
It didn't last long at all.
No, because when I watched it on Tubi, there was more than 5 episodes.
Yeah. Well, it could be one of those things where they only showed 5 episodes on television, but they had all these other episodes waiting to go, and it just didn't last. I don't know. It's worth research.
Yeah, I wish it was still up because I know it took me a couple days to watch the whole series, and I would have watched 5 episodes in one day. You know what I mean?
I don't sail on the high seas anymore, but some people may. Nowadays, you need a VPN to do it, so the episodes may be out there in the world, but you may have to put an eye patch on to see them.
Karate Kommandos cartoon. I'm just really curious now.
And by the way, John, I don't condone anything illegal when it comes to finding things on the internet that one likes to get, but sometimes that's the only way to get some of this stuff.
No, they do. They only show 5. Yeah, that's really
crazy.
Maybe I'm thinking of Did Karate Kid have more? Because maybe I'm thinking Karate Kid.
I do remember the Karate Kid had a cartoon show.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking Karate Kid had more episodes, and maybe that.
Now I ask the question that Toy Galaxy always asks: is it canon?
Is it canon? Yeah. So Karate Kid had Karate Kid had 13 episodes. Maybe that's what happened, because I know Karate Kid, the animated series, is also on Tubi. So maybe what happened is I watched Chuck Norris, and then I watched Karate Kid right afterwards. So my brain is squishing them together and going, there had to be about 20 episodes, because it took me 2 or 3 days to watch it all. But it was watching them back to back. I watched the 5 episodes of Chuck Norris one day, and then I probably watched half of Karate Kid another day, and then the other half of Karate Kid the third day.
Rambo had about 60, says Thousandth Ghost. I seem to remember there was a Rambo cartoon.
There is, yeah. Rambo's still on Tubi. So Karate Kid is still on Tubi. Rambo is still on Tubi. At least I think it is. I know Karate Kid I saw this morning, still up on the Tubi app. And G.I. Joe's up there because I've been watching it. Scooby-Doo's on Tubi. I've been watching Scooby-Doo from the 70s is up there on Tubi. I've been watching that.
Well, I have a question there, Big John. How much does it cost to subscribe to Tubi, and does it go on your television or as well, or just on your PC or phone?
It's absolutely free. Tubi is 100% free, and it goes on any device. Like I have it on my Samsung TV as an app, so I can just turn it on its full screen.
And it's ad supported, then I take it.
Yeah, so they play one ad before the show starts.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, like with these cartoons, the ads will come up if you're playing it back to back without any, you know how when the credits end, it starts the next episode?
Right.
They'll do a commercial between each episode, but they don't usually interrupt a cartoon, like a 20-minute thing with in the middle of it with a commercial. Well, it does happen once in a while. Like I would say like every 3 or 4 episodes, you might get an interruption, but it most of the time lines up with when you're going to when you're clicking to the next episode, you'll have to watch another commercial.
Well, I have a question about the commercials. Are the commercials like based upon what you're watching? For instance, if you're watching cartoon shows, are they kid toy commercials or cereal?
No, most of them are drug ads. You know, like take Mixlantia and you won't die of skin blemishes, but you might die of liver failure and a
Oh,
heart
yeah.
attack, and your brain will explode. You
Right.
know,
The side effects are worse than the symptoms. It's
than
trying
the thing you're trying to cure. Yeah.
And I remember Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling.
Yeah, that was a
was
good one.
cool show.
Yeah. Was on for 2 years, but only had 26 episodes.
Well,
Right.
they tended, especially in Saturday morning cartoons, they tended to have about 13 episodes per season. And usually the second season would be even shorter, but they would rerun them over and over and over and over again. Because I can remember being a kid, we didn't mind if we missed an episode of a cartoon because we knew in a few weeks
yeah.
we'd see it again.
Well, and some of them got stuck. Like I remember we used to rush home and we would watch like Transformers, G.I. Joe, Gem and the Holograms would be on because they'd shove it in there somewhere in the middle of those, and Power Rangers and stuff, and He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Like they would sort of throughout the years these things rotated. But once G.I. Joe got stuck on Bazooka Saw a Sea Serpent. Hey Chris, how you doing?
Hey.
What's going on?
Thought this was easier than just typing a lot.
There you go. But one time we rushed, my friend Nofrio and I think it was this guy Bill Millette. He used to come with us sometimes. So Bill, Nofrio, and I would rush to my house after school, and we'd all get like bowls of cereal or something out of the fridge, make a bologna sandwich or peanut butter and jelly or something, get some chips or whatever. And we would sit down and watch the afternoon cartoons together before we went out and did stupid stuff around the neighborhood. And I'm not kidding. One time they played a G.I. Joe episode called Bazooka Saw a Sea Serpent. And it's about this.
That was a great episode.
Yeah. And then the next day we get home and it's like Bazooka Saw a Sea Serpent. We're like, damn it, we just watched this yesterday. Why are they showing it again? And I'm not kidding. We get home on Wednesday and it's Bazooka Saw a Sea Serpent. And we were like, God damn it, it's stuck on Bazooka Saw a Sea Serpent. It was like 3 or 4 days in a row. And it became a running joke. Like for the next few years, whenever something happened that had already been done before, my friends would go, well, it's Bazooka Saw a Sea Serpent again. Like it just became like this thing. But yeah, now I love the episode. Now I love it. It's a great episode. Yeah.
Do you guys subscribe to Hasbro on YouTube?
Yeah. They've been playing the G.I. Joe.
Yeah, they run G.I. Joe 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they also do on Mattel. They do the 2000X He-Man cartoons as well.
Let's see what episode's on.
Keep on collecting. How you doing? Threaten Cobra's very existence.
Well, it's not. She's a sea serpent or anything, but.
So we got to. All right, we're good with this. Let's stop looking at them. I'm gonna turn these lights off. So we got something to look at here. My dad just got the mail. This has shown up. I'm going to see. This is the first test one. We're going to see if these came out okay or if I need to tweak the imagery because it's sometimes hard to tell when you're looking at them online. Like, I don't know if you ran into that, Chris, but it does. It looks fine.
Oh, I ordered one of those.
Awesome.
I got my shirt the other day, but I haven't got my glass yet.
Did the shirt come out fine?
Yeah, the shirt came out good.
All right.
So you're selling merch now, John?
Yeah, they're on if you go to the YouTube channel, there should be a link. And then actually some of it should be clickable right from the YouTube. Chris helped me make sure things worked when I was set because Chris has the same thing. There's the Teespring company, Spring or whatever, allows you to link it to your YouTube channel somehow.
Neat.
So you'll see it when you're looking at the videos. Under the videos, there'll be a line of merch. And you should see the glass and some.
So do you have a Teespring store, John?
And then there's a Teespring store. I have not linked it to the to my webpage or anything like that yet. It's only right now. It's only linked to the YouTube. But Hey,
And
Dave.
the merch doesn't show up on live streams right away until you're done.
No, yeah. How you doing, Dave? Good to see you. We already ran through all the Chuck Norris, so you'll have to watch it on the rewind, Dave. But the other news is, which I got to work on the video and get this up because
Dino, I got your shirt yesterday too, but yes, I need a glass.
yeah, I want to get a glass of Geek Strong. He's got a good. I'm gonna collect all the glasses of everybody. So
Yeah.
I know I'm ordering Chris's glass this week, and then I know, did Rum do a glass or what has he done?
Yeah, I think Rum did a glass.
Yeah.
I ordered one of Blue Harvest when I got his shirt, but I
And then-
need like Destination Stone, and I need like Nathan Bowden needs to get a glass and stuff.
Yeah, and Geek Strong needs a glass. So
Yeah.
this is the kind of thing I like to collect are the glasses. So I'm gonna get
What's
whoever does.
the prices on those glasses there, John?
Oh, what are they, about $20 after shipping and all that, Chris? Aren't they?
Something like right around that. Yeah.
They seem a little expensive. They do, but it's
It's
worth
a quality
it.
glass.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
It's really
if you
thick.
don't mind, how much of a percentage are you getting off of the price of that?
Well, I only get $1. I put it at the
Wow.
lowest. I put it at the lowest price I
Yeah.
could possibly put it at, and they wouldn't let you do zero profit, so I had to do $1. So most of the items, it's about $1 or $1. It's rounded. It's like $1 or $1.50 or whatever they would let me go down to without. Because they yell at you if you go lower. They're like, "There's no profit here. You can't do that."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You don't understand how the internet works.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, Dave, you missed all the ninja action. Yeah. But you know, there could be a Christmas gift headed your way, Dave. So you never know. Actually, there's a lot of Christmas gifts for a lot of people who are in the chat here. So, I'm trying to be super generous this year and
Santa John.
send out a little something. It's not much, but a little something to most of the people in our community because I'm that way. But anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about Teespring. How many did you order?
Well, that's what's nice is they do give, if you order your own stuff, they give it to you basically at cost.
Yeah. Well, I had to do one as a sample to see because I couldn't tell in the some of the things like the mugs and the, you're kind of like you're like, okay, I think that looks right, but you're not exactly sure how big it's going to be on the final product and if it's going to line up in the right spot. So
And your images that you use have to be huge because if they're too small, it don't look good when it prints out.
Yeah, that too. But I think
Especially the t-shirts.
I think Dad ordered a mug and something else too. I don't remember.
Those metal tumblers come out really good too.
Yeah.
I've got several people who bought those off me and they really like them.
Oh, this was the news. I was going to tell you. So real quick before we go, because I think, are they doing like exercise?
No exercise this week.
Oh, exercise
It's
today?
Thanksgiving week. Come on, nobody exercises.
So we can keep going a little bit here without worry. So I'm actually late. So if you guys are watching over there at Entertainment Earth, I will get the blurb done. I know that I'm late in doing this, but we are now sponsored by Entertainment Earth, and they're I'm trying to get them to send me a discount code so that you guys can get the discount, because what they do is they're like, you can choose 10% to get cash or 15% store credit.
Yeah.
But I asked the girl who contacted me, I said, listen, I don't really want commission off the sales. I could care less. You know what I mean? So I said, could I turn my commission into a discount code? So instead of me getting 10% of what people sell or what people buy, could I just instead give them the 10% off? And she's like, that's a good idea. I'm going to look into it and get you a discount code. So instead of me getting commission, I would then be passing that discount off to all you guys. So hopefully they go along with that. But anyways, I'm supposed to do like a little blurb saying
do that real quick. I'd love to hear what you have scripted up for that.
I don't. That's the thing. I didn't do it yet. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you bad boy.
I'm late. I'm a horrible person. I haven't gone around to it.
Huge shout out to today's sponsor.
I also have one of these. Entertainment Earth is a incredible place, especially to do pre-orders. If you separate them off, you don't have to do shipping every single time.
Yeah.
They have every line from Funko to the most obscure things you could possibly think of in the collecting world. They are really them and Big Bad Toys are where I go for all my ordering stuff online.
Exactly, me too.
So stop over and look at the links at the bottom of any of John's videos or my videos, and go over and get yourself something.
Are you on Entertainment Earth too? Did they do that?
I am. In fact, they're running they might have stopped because they're switching over to of course, Black Friday sale, but they were doing a huge 80% off sale recently where they were getting rid of a whole bunch of older stuff that's probably, 3-4 years old, but they needed the space in the warehouse. So there was some good stuff on there I got for cheap.
Yeah. So I wanted to do a little blurb that I could tack on to the end of each video or something, but I haven't put it together yet. And then I'm going to put some links on the website, the superawesomegeekshow.com website, because I do have an Amazon affiliate page on that website, but I don't have. I got to add Teespring, and I got to add. Now I got to add Entertainment Earth to that. So, yeah, I'll just copy what Chris said after the video, because he did it good there. Yeah. But
Amazon kicked me off. I guess not enough people were using my links. They were like,
they will. If you don't do, I think you got to do like 3 every 2 months or something. And if you don't do at least 3 sales every 2 months, they kick you out. Yeah. So I'm waiting because Amazon will probably kick me out too, because I don't think enough get clicked for mine. So eventually that'll probably happen as well.
Is it clicks or buys?
I think you have to buy. Someone has to buy something.
Okay. I was going to say, if it's clicks, come on, guys. We can do clicks.
No, I think you actually have to buy something. But, yeah. So that's, yeah. So that's something. Chris is writing this rerun the transfer user. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Well, what else? Do we got anything else? What do you guys got coming up on your channels?
I got about nothing. Today's Mom's Memorial, and then we're I'll probably later this week, I might start doing some more stuff. I'm still in the midst of cleaning and rearranging and getting all her stuff to my house and trying to figure out where to put everything, which took up all my collecting space. But I got a whole bunch of new Super 7 stuff recently that I want to show off. So
nice.
And I recently purchased a vintage battle ram that I'm going to restore. I'm waiting for a replacement sticker set to come in for it, clean it up and restore it. I'm not doing that today, but just stay tuned, folks. And I also have on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store some figures that are actually Superpowers sized and Superpowers like figures, but they're of Flash Gordon, Ming the Merciless, and the Phantom. And I'm waiting for those to come in.
Oh, cool. Have you seen that line? I think they're called Real Heroes or something like that. It's a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive line, and they have like Zorro
involved in that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they look really cool. I haven't decided if I'm buying any yet, but
I have to be selective on what I buy. So I'm like I said, I saw the Flash Gordon Phantom figures, and they fit right in with Superpowers. I mean, they look like Kenner made them back in the day. And I couldn't pass that up. And the Flash Gordon figure even comes with 2 different heads. It's neat. I just couldn't help myself. I went ahead and put those on order.
Wow. Wow. I'll have to check these out. I didn't even know. So I'll have to look. I just got a big box from them that I had to okay the shipping on to have. It was in my pile of loot. I like the pile of loot.
I love the pile of loot.
Left Coast says, "Damn you, Super John! I just
know,
got my first mask yesterday."
I was showing that. Yeah. He got one of the motorcycles, right? What'd you get? You get the Condor, the Vampire, or did you get the Iguana? What'd you get?
You got the SUV, the black SUV looking thing.
Oh, the Jackhammer. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
That's a good one. Johnson influencer. I'm not an influencer. I don't. Venom.
Well, we all got big boxes of Playmobil over the past week or so.
That's right. I know. I got a giant box in the living room with like the big Halloween haunted castle from Scooby-Doo, and it's got the Ghostbusters firehouse. And the box is freaking, the Amazon box is like 6 feet long, but it's just this massive box. And I haven't even opened it. I haven't even opened it because it's sitting. I don't have anywhere to put it. It's just stuck in the middle of the living room.
Yeah, we'll have to see that on the show sometime, John. That sounds awesome. And I'm wondering how they would scale up with the old Scooby-Doo figures that came out a few years ago.
Well, that's what the Scooby-Doo set is from. Yeah. Oh, you mean the regular 5 POA figures? I know what you're talking about. No,
that'd be about right, because Playmobil figures are just about 3 inches or 4 inches tall. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're 3, aren't they? About 3 inches. Yeah.
I know that somebody stuffed a 3 3/4 inch figure of Han Solo into the Mystery Machine, and it fit pretty well.
Yeah, did it? Okay. Maybe it'll fit then. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, the thing is, I want to build those and put them up somewhere, but I really don't right now. I have to wait till I finish the toy rooms because like the living room is almost done, but the toy room that's here in the bedroom where I sleep is like complete and utter disaster. I mean, like these aren't even filled in yet. You know what I mean? And yeah, Galactus went from above. He was on the upper shelf, but I saw that video of the guy who fell and broke his leg off.
Oh no!
So Galactus went to the bottom because he's still tall enough to be above the desk. So I'm like, my Galactus is not going to fall and have his leg break off. Damn it! So I had to move him down, and but I want to do I think I'm going to do Marvel Legends above him there, and my hope is to get Marvel Legends, Black Series, and G.I. Joe in this corner. Like it wraps around into a corner thing. So I hope to get all of that 6-inch stuff here. And then the other side will be Transformers and He-Man and some random stuff. And then I got Star Wars 3 3/4 and the Yoda collection over there. G.I. Joe in the other room. The little walk-in closet has the doors ripped off and it's turned into another little room. And I got a better lighting system that I'm going to hang up in there. It's in the living room. I got to plug it in and install it to make that room lit up more. And then over here, I'm doing this thing here. I'm going to put all the cars in. So it's going to be all like I've got like 10 different Batmobiles from through the ages of these 3 3/4 to 5-inch Batmobiles that hold action figures, and I want to put all those Batmobiles like together in one spot, along with like the Knight Rider car, the A-Team van, the DeLorean, the from Back to the Future, and we got the Mach 5 from Speed Racers right there. So this will be all cars, basically, vehicles and stuff. And then I've got this square cube thing that's under the TV. There's 4 by 3 cubes there. So 4 long and 3 down. And those cubes can be filled with stuff. So right now they're full of stuff that I didn't know were like there's just stacks of stuff because this has to find a home. I'm going to put it here so it's not on the floor, which is basically what this is. It's there because I don't want it on the floor right now, but it's temporarily till I figure this all out. And then right here we built another wall of there's another wall of pegboard here. If I can bring this back to the stream. So there's another. I built another wall of pegboard right next to it, and that's where this pegboard is going to have all the vintage collection. And then when I move across, the other stuff's going to end up going there. So the vintage collection that's on the end, way over there, is going to be all moved to this section. And then, so it's like organized.
The wall of an aisle of a toy store in there, John.
Over the years, it's like figures got hung up in random spots because they were no longer near each other. So it's kind of like I'm reorganizing to put them all. The like ones are together, and yeah, it's a big project, but hopefully cool by the time it's done. I got the Playmobil Scooby-Doo van, haunted house, and the cemetery. Yeah, I've got the Scooby-Doo van. And I got the one with the ghost. And then I just got Geek Strong's box that had a bunch of minifigures in it. So I got to open that box on a video. So for me, my videos are open Geek Strong's box. I've got a lightsaber stand video to do because some company randomly, I didn't ask for this or nothing. I just randomly got a thing in the mail that said, we like your channel. Here's 3 saber stands to look at. If you want to do a video, please do. But they didn't ask. They were just like, if you want to, you can do a video, But I'm going to do a video because I think that's a cool thing to look at. And they gave them to me for free, these 3 stands.
That's nice.
But it's 3 different ways that you can hang your lightsabers. And they're all acrylic, different stands that screw into the wall. And cool. I kind of already decided, like, the 2 of them I think work. One of them works for almost all sabers, but if it's chunky, it won't work for a chunky saber. Only a nice thin one. And the other one I think will work for every saber, and that's the one I like the best. But then the other one's kind of like one that you would normally hang like a katana, like a sword, sideways on. It has those loops that go in and hold the katana this way. And I don't think you want to put the blade. For me, I wouldn't want to have the lightsaber blade on anything that's supporting the weight of the hilt, because the hilt weighs so much that I think if you put the blade on if you clip the blade in, so it's the blade is actually helping to hold the thing up, the blade will eventually warp because the blade doesn't weigh as much as the hilt, the handle,
Yeah.
So yeah. I would not trust the one that goes sideways. But this other one, it like wraps around the handle in such a way. It's a unique way to do it. It's really cool. But in that one, you could put vertical or sideways, and you wouldn't be having any weight on the blade. It's all of it's held by the handle. And, but again, that one I don't think works for chunky ones like the ones you build yourself at Savi's workshop at Disney Park. Or like Kylo Ren's lightsaber, like those aren't going to fit in this one. It only fits like Luke Skywalker's or like a Darth Vader or a Obi-Wan Kenobi's, the new Obi-Wan one, probably not the old one. But that one's going to be like a 50-50. But the other one is like a cup that you put the bottom of the hilt into and it holds it there. And the cup is pretty big. And then it has just a little C-clamp like thing that bolts to the wall. And all you do is line the blade up with it and it clips in there. So all the weight is being held by the bottom of the entire sword. And so I think that's the best one, in my opinion. But I'll do a video on it. You'll see all 3. And the reason that video is not out is because I want to show them off and then show how you can bolt it to the wall and show how it would actually look on the wall. So, that's the part I got to do when the living room is done, because that's the wall I'm going to use, but I can't get to it. There's stuff in the way. So, yeah, that's why it's been taking long for that one. And then I have a couple unboxings. There's a Transformer I got, and I want to do a video on the new thing I got, the Star Team action figure I found, Zem 21. I couldn't believe I found this in the wild. And I forgot about Star Team. I saw this in the store and was like, oh my gosh, I remember that guy from what the hell is he? And then the I saw on his little label, I was like, Star Team. Oh yeah, this is that. And then I was like, there was a UFO with this, and like a little droid that had 2 arms and like a clear domed head, and then there was like this bad guy that looked like Darth Vader with a silver. So I started looking them up online. I was like, oh yeah, there they are. The bad guy's called the Dark Knight or Death Knight or something, and then there was
Night
like
of Darkness.
Night of Darkness. That's
I think is what he was called.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's it. And then it was Zendoid or Zemoid or something. Zeroid was the little robot that came with the UFO. And,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I vaguely remember these, or I might have seen them somewhere, but yeah, when I saw that dude in the wild, I just had to get him. I had to buy the Star Team. It's the silver robot with the green alien head called Zem 21, I think is what he is called. Yeah. But so now I want to get the others, but I want to do a video showing him off because he's pretty cool. And it was the first time in a long time that I've seen him in the wild or out, just about. I didn't know of course, Geek Strong has them all. I have all those, but he's never shown them to us. Like the Knights of Dark. Yeah. Yeah, there's no things there. I got the Scooby-Doo van on it. Okay, yeah, we saw that one. I might do a live stream after the stud, show off my pickups yesterday from the toy show. Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah, we want to see what you bought, Left Coast. Yeah. And I also got a another Legions of Power. I had a Legions of Power from the red side, the maroon reddish team. And then I always intended to get one from the blue team, which I think was the good. I think the red guys are the bad guys, and the blue guys were the good guys. But I never really got a blue one for the other side. And then when I was out with David from Dave World Toys, they had one in the box for $40. So I got one of the blue team guys, and it came with 2 action figures and all the parts to make this thing. So now I've got an example of good guy and bad guy together with both, and they both have their boxes in the display, so it looks pretty cool. I don't know if I really ever am going to get more. If I see them at a deal, I'll probably buy them, but it's not something I'm going to hunt out. But I just, for an example display, I'd like to have, that kind of rounds that display out. But I might do a video on that because I don't know how often we talk about Legions of Power, Yeah. 1986 Tonka, that was. Yeah, no, that's it. I guess that's it. Yeah. Anything else, guys?
Nope. Just gonna get ready for studs and.
Yeah, studs in a half hour, right?
Yeah.
Basically. Do it, Bill. Give your shout out, and then we'll take off.
All right. I want to make a quick shout out to Resurrection Toys. If you go over to their website, resurrectiontoys.com, there's a wonderful toy company that I'm the brand ambassador of. If you want to see some Mexican bootlegs and own some Mexican bootlegs at a decent price, that's the place to go. Our main sellers right now are the Xenozilla, which is a combination of the Xenomorph from Alien and Godzilla, and also Predacon, which is a combination of Predator and King Kong. We've also got a selection of luchador action figures there that are endorsed by the luchadors themselves from Mexican Lucha Libre. And coming up soon, I know the prototypes are done, and we're just waiting on the factory to start molding them. We're going to release the Kraken.
Oh,
nice.
So everybody check out resurrectiontoys.com. Grindhead Jim, if you know who he is the CEO of Resurrection Toys.
Yeah.
And also our head toy designer is Rolo of Masters Maniac Mexico, who is doing well right now, but has to move to hospice. And we're proud to announce that the sales from Resurrection Toys is going to be able to allow Rolo to afford to live in his hospice for the remainder of his life.
Nice. That's cool. Good. It's good that he's going to have the care he needs. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
That Xenozilla is awesome.
It is. And if
Do
you
you
go to
have
my
a-
channel, I gave that Xenozilla and the Predacon to my daughter here recently. There's a video up of her receiving her toys, and Grindhead Jim cut a little cameo for her. And I also have a video where I unboxed them. So, and they are very awesome.
All right, we're gonna check out. Yeah, here he is. There you go. We'll go there and check this stuff out.
Thank you so much there, Ghost, for posting that link.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
yes, that Kraken is going to be huge. It's not going to look exactly like the Kraken from Clash of the Titans for various reasons. But when you see this thing, you're going to know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Nice. I know some guys who are really into Lucha Libre. I'll have to show this over to them, and I'm sure they'll buy some.
We need all the support we can get. Now, we know that the shipping from Mexico is kind of expensive, but we've tried to make the shipping as reasonable as possible with the way shipping rates are these days.
All right, here we go. Do you mind? We're going to do one better here. Okay, here we go. Present. We're going to present the screen. This gallery.
I think the one that was actually a troop builder set, so it shows the price.
There we go. There's our Xenozilla.
Yeah, is that showing up all right? Yeah.
Yeah, that looks great. These figures also, you can get them in various different paint jobs depending on what you like. Our head sculptor Marcos paints these. Some of them are actually molded in the different colors. And as always, Mexican bootlegs include LED lights inside of them. So all of these figures have LED light up features inside their bodies.
Is that Velocivenom?
Yes. Venomsaurus.
Venomsaurus or something, yeah.
Carnosaurus. There he is. Right
there.
Yeah,
Carnagesaurus.
So as if Carnage had taken over a dinosaur, that's what it might look like.
Oh, and here's
Predacon versus Xenozilla. And yes, these come in various paint schemes. So be sure to check the site out. There's the Smooch edition of the Predacon, and our head sculptor Marcos is working on some different head sculpts for Predacon. So stay tuned, guys.
Wow. Mm-hmm. You guys have done some incredible work here. Ooh, what is are those like 3 different Venom?
They're the same. They're same one. That it's just different paint schemes on them. Make them look a little different.
Yeah, but it's 3 different ones, not a 3-headed one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, not one with 3 heads. Got you. That's cool, man. Thanks for sharing that. I'm definitely gonna have to check that stuff out. Do they ship to Australia? He's going like
we ship worldwide. And the shipping is flat. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. The shipping rate will be the same.
You kind of work it out that way. All right, cool. Wow, that's impressive, my friend. When you see like a small toy company, generally you don't see things that impressive, and that is really good stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's one of the upsides of having a toy company in Mexico.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. All right. That's a good note to end it on. We've been 2.5 hours. I want to thank Bill for joining. Thanks, Chris, for popping on. Be sure to check out both their channels and all their upcoming stuff. It's going to be really cool with seeing what you guys have coming down the road. Thanks everybody for joining today and taking a look at Chuck Norris and the Karate Kommandos. And we'll see you guys.
I always love watching your morning vintage show, John. It's a highlight of my Sunday, besides doing my own show, which is not going to be on today, guys, but I will return next week. I have a prior engagement. However, if you want something to watch in the time that my show would normally be on, take a rewatch of last night's Up All Night. I had a visitor from Eternia on the show.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
And with Thanksgiving coming up, I don't know how long I'm staying up with my brother for the weekend. So I don't know if I'll be on next week or not. But
Are you
next
doing anything?
Sunday.
Are you doing anything here on the channel for say Thanksgiving or Christmas? Any specials coming up there, John, for the holiday season?
Not really. I mean, like Shabby and I and a couple of the guys had talked about, because we didn't end up, the D&D, the game that we were going to do for Halloween, didn't end up working out. People were just too busy when it came down to the time we were going to play. So we thought about doing it closer to Thanksgiving, but now again, like I'm busy and other people are busy. So I actually don't think we're going to fit that D&D game with Shabby and everybody in until after the new year, because it's just getting to be too busy, and not everybody has.
Are y'all doing that live, or are you going to record that and then show it later?
No, we do them live. We did one live with Rum, and Chris was there, right? Yeah, and so people had a lot of fun with it. Fabulous was there, and there was. So we're doing another one with, I think Rum's coming back, but Shabby wanted to play, and a couple other, I think Chantel wanted to play, and Josh might play. So there was a few other new people that wanted to play, but we just haven't settled. I don't think that's going to happen until January, but yeah, so I don't really have, there's one
whoever
thing that
was that just subscribed to my channel. Thank you.
There is one thing for Christmas that might happen. It just depends on when everything gets here. But Lego's doing a thing this year where every year Lego gives their employees a set that is designed and built just for Lego employees. Nobody else can get it. And it's just given to us employees as a gift for Christmas. So like one year they had a special X-Wing that was painted like candy canes, and all the minifigures were like holiday minifigures that have never been released, and so they were all like special Darth Vader, special Luke, special Han Solo, special Chewbacca, R2-3PO, and everybody, but they were holiday themed, but no one else can get them. And then like a couple years back it was Ninjago, and then this last year it was like a reindeer and a Santa Claus like sled thing. And so I don't know what we're getting this year, but in addition to the Christmas gift that we always get, we've got a little bit of credit, and we're allowed to, I don't know how much it's going to be, but the rumor mill in our Lego thing has been that it could be upwards of $200 or $300 credit.
Oh wow.
So I'm getting myself the space shuttle set if it all works out. But then I thought I'm going to take the rest of the credit and I want to try and buy like those little sets that are $10 or $12, $15, but I want to get like 10 of them. You know what I mean? So, and then I want to do like a game show on the channel. I don't know exactly what yet, but that has something fun and interactive that we can all do that has rounds to it. So the winner of each round will get to pick one of those sets.
Oh, that sounds cool. Have you thought about maybe doing a Jeopardy game? I know that.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, the Jeopardy's really fun, and then every round, like the winner gets to pick one of these sets who won that round. Cool. And until there's no more sets left. So there'll be like 10 or 12 winners of small Lego sets, because I don't need all that Lego. So I might as well if I could work it out to where I could give some of it away, I'm going to do that. So we'll see. But I don't know when we're going to do that or when it's going to arrive. So I kind of been like, I don't really want to plan it until after I actually have the product in my hand, because I don't want to be like, oh crap. It, like we never got anything, or it was just a rumor that some of my stupid coworkers were throwing around. It wasn't real, like, I don't know. It's just, but so anyways, yeah. If I do something, it'll be more like that for Christmas,
John, here at the Weird Fantastic household, one of the things that I've done many years in a row is force my family to watch the Star Wars Holiday Special. And I've been thinking about filming that so that you can see the groans and reactions to some of the things in that. And actually posting a video of that. I'm just curious whether folks would find that entertaining or not.
We would.
Chat. Let me know if you'd like to see.
I'm sure we would. Yeah. Let's watch Bill's family in pain. All right, guys. Let's leave you with we'll play that commercial on the way out, and then we'll see you guys next time.
It's high time we got to the bottom of these shenanigans.
Whenever there's shenanigans going on, that's my new shenanigans one. And then let me get this comment off here. We don't need to see Left Coast Holiday. All right, well, play this on the way out. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos.
Bring it up, crack it down, fight and watch the Beatles wherever they're found.
Location Hong Kong Harbor. Assignment, locate smuggled warhead. Oh no, Ninja Warriors! Read 9 through 3, perfect price. Up next, Super Ninja. It was my karate against kids. And theirs. Up for us, chemo in the karate vet. A flip, a chop, a shot. This ball game was over.
For now. Kenner's Chuck Norris Karate Kommandos brought us